Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well. This is my January update, even though it's a decent way into February now. You can see I'm still cleaning my old desk off here to get things going. Uh, same stuff as always. Things have always gotten things have gotten a little more complicated as the corona goes around. My kids have all come down with it, as have I and the wife, and we're all recovering. Everybody but the littlest had the shot, and for whatever reason, it doesn't really affect the youngsters very much. And so she's in there watching YouTube videos right now and bouncing off the wall like a cannonball made of flubber. But I did get some painting done over this past month. I got the first of my Cursed City guys painted up, the zombies. Let's see if we can get a focus done. There's still a little few things that I could pick out on these guys, but I mean, at this point, I've got so many other things to do for the thing for the set that I'm just not gonna. I could sink hours and hours and hours in on these guys because I mean, there's just so much detail on them. I mean, each of them got their little headstones. I think for picking the first unit to work with. Whoa, making a mess. Okay. For the first unit that I picked, I picked the one that was one of the more complex. I got these, and I've got the Ulfenwatch to paint up, and then that'll be the two big groups, and then all the little critters, the rats and the bats and the zombie cats, which that actually rhymes pretty well, but I got, the first bad guy character painted up. I can't remember him. He's the Undertaker. And he was actually pretty fun to paint. It was nice to paint a character and not have to worry about it. You can see I still need to do the victory lap around their bases. But, that's 11 guys from the thing painted. If you do get the Cursed City, because they are going to reprint it finally, be careful of these. Because I snapped this one off just by I was reaching across the model to get something, and my sleeve caught this, and it just snapped right off. And luckily it's small and light, and so a little bit of cyanoacrylate fixed him well. And I did it the same thing to the other character that I'm working on, the first good guy, good old Jelson Derrick here. I caught his sword hilt there with my sleeve, and it snapped off, and I ended up having to pin it because it was such a narrow piece of thing. And thank goodness I had these little teensy weensy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini drill bits that I could use. But he's coming along. He is actually almost done. I just need to do the cross guard in steel and pick out a few things on the gun there that I need to wash the gun, and then just go around and tidy up and make sure I've gotten everything. But he turned out pretty well. I didn't think he was going to do massively good until I got about halfway done, and that which is the same as in every model that I do. I get to a spot where it's like it's the base coats are blocked in and it doesn't look perfect, and I'm like, well, I just need to throw my models away and burn the house down. But next on the list is the old Ulfenwatch, or the Ulfenwatch Captain. You can see them all primed up here. I primed these with Wraithbone because I was like, oh, then I could just use contrast and make them all fine. And I had to darken them down so much. I was like, yeah, screw that, I'm going to do Chaos Black. And you can see that the basing definitely needed a little bit. I don't know why it's the little rocks don't always absorb as much color as the rest of the model, and you have to be careful because I'll just spray some more, and then you cake up your guys there. But that's next on my list. We'll put them right here, and I've got the two No He Did It's skeletons that are objective markers, because it looks exactly like two kids who have been caught doing something. No, my brother did it. 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 And either that or, the treasure be this way from Treasure Island, if you remember Captain Flint's rather grossness. Did do some ordering. Ordered some new Kingdom Death stuff, which, seeing as I've only painted 3 Kingdom Death models ever, it's amazing how my collection builds. I got the Smog Drummer and the something else. I can't remember what she is. But they're cute little models. Let's see, what do we have a name for her? Yeah, Wendy the Frozen Star. Just pardon the glare, but a little bit of cheesecake there, but you know. They're fun to paint, and they're good for practicing skin tones and other excuses that you need to buy some beautiful girl models and paint them. Got the Winter Solstice Lucy as well, which the box cover art on that is magnificent enough. And to be equal opportunity, I got the Pinups of Death Series 5, which has the large-scale 54mm male pinup that I totally intend on painting and sneaking into my wife's office and putting on her desk without her knowledge until one of her coworkers points out that there's a nearly nude male on her desk. Then I will be sleeping on the couch for a long time. But let's see, I got another bit to go off on a tangent. And that is, I got a photo etch set from my 1/44th Millennium Falcon, which came through the mail pretty well. It actually had snuck out of the guy who I ordered it from off of eBay, which was marginally cheaper than the actual sign. He had sandwiched it between cardboard, and it did a good job, but the piece had just slid down just a little bit, and just the rough housing of the mail. But luckily, nothing that was actually a piece got bent, and so I'm not too worried about it. Now it can go sit on top of the 1/44th scale Millennium Falcon until I get around to it after my kids go to college. But other than that, I've got a few other projects going on. You know, I'm working on building up the last of the Imperial Assault characters. Like the Chewbacca one is nearly done. I just have a few things to pick out. The Twilight Jedi, I'm working on. She's not coming together as well as I would like her. Mainly because the detail on these is so soft, and to make them look really good, you have to have a lot of skill. And so, that's not me. And also, I'm the world's worst at picking out mold lines on some things. And so, for these, sometimes I'll realize that what I thought was a detail piece was instead a mold line that I had not scraped off. I also have something I'm going to make for my son. My older son has started getting into this very slowly, and I'm not pushing him because I don't want him to rebel or to lose interest in it because it's what Daddy wants him to do. But he's building a small guard army, and so I got for Secret Santa I got gifts for some other dude. I got the Scions from the Start Collecting kit, and I kept the Commissar out of it. Just because he already had the Commissar from the Start Collecting kit already, and didn't need it. I got a whole bunch of other junk that's just sitting here on my shelf that's not finished. Like still got the Captain from Indomitus that's, he's not painted. Which, honestly, I don't think it would take me that long to paint him up. Just need to sit down and do it. But again, COVID's been kind of keeping me busy. Well, I had all 3 of the kids home all week, basically. One kid went to school one day, and that was it. No, one kid went to school half a day, and I had to go get him. And one kid went to school for 2 days, and the next day he was feeling sick, and so we just kept him home because we're pretty sure that he had the Rona. And then, sure enough, the test came back, and then the wife and I haven't even bothered to get tested because, with 3 kids in the house with Corona, and you feel sick with symptoms that are Corona type symptoms, you got the Rona. I mean, there's no other answer. But anyway, I do have some sad news. My dog of 13 years passed away yesterday. We had him for 13 years. He was 1 month away from his 15th birthday. He was a good old Labrador. And if you've had labs or big dogs, you know that 14 years and 11 months is a remarkable achievement for a lab alone, much less a big dog. and I had to go and have him put down yesterday. He had fallen back in the snowstorm about 3 weeks ago and hurt his hips, and so I had taken him for that. And when the doctor examined him, they did blood work just because he was an old dog, and they said, well, there's some other things that might be wrong. And they were right. His liver started failing, and he couldn't eat, and he couldn't even get himself up off his cushion, and so I just let him go. But that was pretty hard. All the kids were, well, and me and Mama were all just kind of broken up by it. But anyway, he's gone, and he can run again and leap and eat all he wants to and sleep all he wants to up in doggy heaven, as my little girl says. But other than that, I'll have to find something to remember him by. I've got several ideas to do maybe something modeling, but honestly, I think I'll just get a little stone with his name engraved on it and put it out in the yard when we bury his ashes. But I hope you guys are doing well. Hope that you have all stayed healthy and that your projects are doing well. It's good to see several people who haven't posted in a while have posted, and it is nice to get things done on a more steady basis for me, just because I can sit down and paint a little bit. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful February and have had a wonderful January, and I'll see you guys later. Adios.